So, hey, Britt and Brianna.
Hey.
Hello.
I have the Winter twins. It's so great. I love having you guys on the show. I know it's been a while. You were on the show a couple years ago.
Yeah, about 2 years, I think.
Yeah. And you've got a lot of exciting news happening since that time. So I definitely wanted to come and have you guys talk about it again with your new book. You have another book coming out. A wedding.
Yep.
Yes.
We actually have a couple books coming out, so a lot has changed since the last time we were here.
Well, tell us all about it. What's the latest?
Well, it's actually, it's kind of sad, but not completely. It ended up being good.
Right.
I lost about 70% of my vision last year, so I woke up March 10th and became partially sighted. So that took about 6 months of trying to figure out what in the heck it was.
That's right. Now this was pretty intense, and I know
Yeah.
you were posting about this. It was on social media,
Yeah.
kind of telling the story like you suddenly found out you were suddenly blind,
Yep.
and you were trying to figure out what was going on and why.
just me, not her. So it's actually
Yeah.
not genetic.
Yeah.
We were born 11 weeks early, which is one of the reasons we actually started writing. We were sick growing up and we started creating worlds, and later on we realized that we loved to create. But a lot of times when you're premature, things can happen later on. So we don't actually know why I went blind. We know it's some sort of neurological problem, but we have eliminated all the things that it's not, and that's really good because it's not deadly. So it means I'm here to stay.
Well, that's good news.
We are very happy about that.
Yeah.
I'm a very happy twin. And there were some moments there where we didn't know, and not knowing is a very scary feeling. But also it can make you remember what's important in life, and that is love. Love for your family above all else. And also love for writing and creating. So during that time where we had a lot of questions, we were always together, and we were writing, we were creating, and it really reaffirmed in both of our minds what the meaning of life is.
Yeah, absolutely. And also,
I'm like speechless over here. Like, whoa!
It's
I mean, I can only imagine what that must be like. You know, it's quite.
It's life changing.
Yeah,
so
completely.
one day you're one person, next day you're somebody else, but it shows you exactly who you are. And I'm partially sighted, so I'm not completely in the dark.
Yeah.
What I see is basically a very dark kaleidoscope that moves in circles. So I see 2 to 3 images in each eye. I'm like a bug.
Wow.
A very cute bug.
Maybe you're evolving
I'm
into
evolving.
the next level human with really supervision.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that's it. So
That's what's really happening, I think.
Yeah.
So that's We'll see. We'll
yeah.
see.
You're a mutant. It's all good. Actually, we
That's
are
right.
kind of mutants.
So
anyways.
yeah, I didn't know what was going on, and we just went to doctors like every day for like 6 months.
Right.
And we finally eliminated that my eyes were okay. My eyes were physically okay, and it was something neurological that was causing it. But in that 6 months, we started writing with Todd McCaffery, who is a legendary author. He writes the Dragonflight series.
The Dragon Riders of Pern, in which he originally wrote with his mom, Anne McCaffery, who's now passed on now, and he...
But she's a legend.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, they both are.
Yeah.
And they wrote many books together, and now he's continuing the series with his sister as well, Gigi. And, you know, Todd was a very good friend of ours beforehand. And after Britt went blind, he just would show up every day with food, like, what are we doing today now? You know, because sometimes, you know, when bad things happen, you could see some of the most amazing people. And Todd is really one of the most amazing people. And he became family to all of us, to my sister, myself, my parents, even our dogs, everybody.
My fiance now.
Her now fiance. And we just started writing together. First we wrote a nonfiction book on writing, and then we ended up beginning, and we have a first in the series released called Wynter Wayvern, which is a gas lamp fantasy, a really fun young adult story with dragons and robots, and then we continued on and are going to be releasing by the end of the year a historical fantasy novel set after World War I.
So
Whoa.
that's the book that we started writing when we were going to hospitals every day. But there's only so much, obviously, I can't drive. So it was from Orange County area to Los Angeles. So Todd helped drive and take me to all the appointments. It said it became part of the family. And we just started creating together. So we were friends, but we never thought about writing together. It just kind of happened. And that book's going to be our main one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Wow.
so we spent 1 year planning it out, and right now we're in the second rewrite. So we're 50,000 words into the rewrite as of this morning.
And what did you say that you're going to be calling this one?
This one's Dark Manor.
Dark Manor.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's our passion project.
Now, you do have a book that's actually out, though it's not, that's coming up, right? Do you have a new one that's just come out?
We have two.
Okay. Cool.
So we have Wynter Wayvern, which is a gaslight fantasy, which is actually a novella, so it's a short novel, and the second one will be out in July. Brianna came out with a poetry book.
Oh, very cool.
Thank you. That is all thanks to Britt and Todd, because I've been writing poetry for myself for about 5 or 6 years now, and I never had any intention of ever publishing it. And Britt informed me, "Oh, you're going to be releasing a poetry book." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Oh, yes, it's going to be released." I'm like, "What? No, no." And so we had this debate for months.
Yeah.
And then she finally kicked my butt, and it was the best thing she ever did. I really do love it. I'm writing a freeform poetry, and what makes this different than the rest of our books that we've ever written is that not only did I write, this is the first thing I've ever written on my own, but it's also more adult. And it's not purely autobiographical. It's a lot of it about the feelings and thoughts kind of going through my head from the ages of 17 to 22. So it's over quite a period of time. And I use Edwardian and Victorian era pen and ink images throughout the entire thing to try to give a kind of a fun gothic feeling to it.
Wow, like sort of calligraphy and that sort of, that's fantastic. I used to do calligraphy.
Oh,
it's so fun.
It's so fun. We'll have to talk about it later.
We're the same type of nerd, pin-up style, calligraphy, swing dancing.
Yeah, it all goes together.
Yeah,
Right? Okay,
yeah.
well, shoot, we have to take a break, but we'll be right back with the Winner Twins. Thanks so much for watching my interview with the Winner Twins and Todd McCaffery. You can continue to watch the rest of our episode by clicking here.